There's a chutney that some people call the undisputed king of all chutneys. Not because of what's in it, peanuts, coconut, chilies, nothing you haven't seen before. It's because of what Amma does with it at the very end. One chutney made two complete different ways, and a tempering technique that changes everything, but not the way you would expect. I'm not telling you yet. You're going to have to watch this till the end to understand what she does. Trust me, once you see it, you will never make peanut chutney the ordinary way again.
Namaskara everyone, welcome back to Deepak's Kitchen. Today, Amma's Peanut Chutney Masterclass. Stick around till the end. The last 2 minutes of this video are going to surprise you. Let's begin. Welcome to Deepak's Kitchen. New video every Tuesday and Friday at 11 am. Come, let's cook.
Here's everything you need. One full measuring cup of good quality peanuts. Before anything else, check every single one. Discard anything discolored, black or rancid looking. Handpick them. Even the good quality peanuts, a few bad ones can sip through. Skip this step and it's often the exact reason why your chutney tastes bitter, even when everything else was done right. If you're short on time, store-bought roasted skinned peanuts work as a shortcut here. To this 1 cup of peanuts, add 1/3 cup of fresh chopped coconut. If you would rather keep it peanut forward, skip the coconut entirely, but Amma recommends adding it. Rule number 2, the precision of roasting. A flat bottomed pan heating on the stove. Once it's hot, add the peanuts and roast on low to medium flame for 3 to 4 minutes. This roasting stage decides everything. Listen for this, the popping sound. That's the skin loosening from the peanuts and the oil inside starting to bloom. Never rush this with a high heat. Burns the outside while the inside stays raw, and you get a bitter taste and a sticky gummy chutney that you don't want. Look at this color, perfectly roasted biscuit brown. Take it out onto a plate and let it cool completely. Deskinning and tannin removal. Do not skip this cooling step. 5 to 6 minutes and the peanuts are properly cooled. Now crush them gently with your hands just like this. Look at that. The skin comes right off. A light blow of air and they're separate completely.
Here's why this matters. That skin contains a compound identical to coffee tannin, the exact compound that makes overbrewed tea taste bitter. Remove it and that bitterness disappears entirely.
And now we have clearly taken off all the skin, and now this is how the de-skinned peanuts looks like. Now this is ready. Let's keep them aside.
Frying the aromatics. I have taken the same pan, 1 tablespoon of peanut oil, kept it to heat. 7 to 8 green chilies, adjust to your own spice tolerance. Slit them slightly before adding. Whole chilies in hot oil will pop and splutter. Be very careful here. Now here's why.
Raw green chili, blended straight into a chutney, has a tendency to cause gastric discomfort in a lot of people. Frying it first eliminates that entirely.
10 to 12 cloves of raw garlic go in next. And one more thing. Frying the garlic changes it completely. Raw garlic, it's sharp and pungent. Fried, it turns nutty and mellow. A small piece of tamarind and 1 sprig of curry leaf. Saute 2 to 3 minutes and 1 teaspoon of urad dal, a 1/4 teaspoon of mustard seeds and another 1/4 teaspoon of jeera. 2 to 3 minutes on medium flame. Once perfectly sauteed, add 3/4 cup of this fresh coconut and now cook just for 10 to 20 seconds. That's it, and let it cool completely. Rule number 5, temperature controlled grinding. Now into the mixie jar, the roasted de-skinned peanuts. Add the cooled aromatic mix. Add salt to taste. Here I'm using sea salt. Now the most important detail in this entire step, use chilled water or ice cubes, not optional, and this is non-negotiable.
Use chilled water, not optional. High speed grinding generates heat through friction, and that heat dulls the fresh flavor and shortens shelf life. Chilled water stops that heat before it starts.
Grind to a semi-coarse paste, not smooth, not chunky, right in between. You can just look at this, how the texture is. Now this is perfect. And one last addition, a handful of fresh coriander leaves only now at the very end. And you add it earlier and it turns into a paste before it adds any flavor. 2 or 3 quick pulses, that's all it needs. The chutney base is done. Set it aside.
Quick pause right here, because what comes next is the part that makes this. If your chutneys have ever separated, turned watery, or fallen short of that restaurant depth, it's never bad luck. It's temperature control and technique. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss Amma's next masterclass every Tuesday and Friday. Now, the tempering.
Same pan, 1 tablespoon of oil, 1 tablespoon of whole urad dal. Splits works too if that's what you have. A 1/4 teaspoon of mustard seeds and a 1/4 teaspoon of jeera. Fry on low flame until the urad dal turns golden brown and the mustard seeds should crackle. And some curry leaves. Add 2 to 3 broken red chillies. Finish with just a pinch of hing. 2 to 3 seconds off the flame immediately. Perfect biscuit brown color. Spread onto a plate to cool quickly. Now the secret. The single batch is about to become 2 completely different things. 2 teaspoons of it. Mostly the dal and the mustard and a few curry leaves.
2 teaspoons of it, mostly the dal, the mustard, a few curry leaves, into the mixer jar until it turns into a coarse gritty powder. Set this aside.
The rest, the red chilies and the curry leaves, the remaining dal stays exactly as it is, whole, untouched. Now the split. Take your chutney base into 2 bowls. 2 full scoop into the first. This becomes our ghatti chutney, the thick one. The rest of the base into the second bowl. This becomes the neer chutney, the thin one. Add the chilled water into the mixer jar enough to loosen it to a pouring consistency. And to this, add the crushed gritty tempering powder, nearly a 2 teaspoons straight in. Mix well, taste again, adjust the salt if it needs it. And now to the ghatti chutney, add the whole tempering with red chilies and curry leaves and dal exactly as it is. And now mix well. Look at that transformation. One foundational base split into 2 entirely different culinary experience, elevated by a tempering technique you will never seen before. The neer chutney, thin, tempered with the crushed gritty spice mix. Perfect with idli, perfect with dosa. The ghatti chutney, thick tempered with the whole red chilies and curry leaves, perfect for parcels with chapati.
And my personal favorite with ragi balls. Try this exact method and your Sunday tiffins will never be the same again.
Rules to remember. Before you go, let's run through every rule one more time. Rule 1. Handpick the peanuts, discarding anything discolored or rancid. Rule 2. Low to medium flame, roast until biscuit brown, never darker. Rule 3. Cool completely, then deskin. The skin is where the bitterness hides. Rule 4. Fry the chilies, fry the garlic, never add either raw. Rule 5. Chilled water or ice cubes, not warm water, not room temperature water. Rule 6. Coriander only at the very end, a few pulses, nothing more. And rule 7. One tempering split 2 ways. Gritty powder for that thin neer chutney, a whole tempering into the thick one for that gatti chutney. Follow these Amma 7 rules and this becomes the chutney your family asked for by the name. That is why it's known as Amma's undisputed king of all chutneys.
Try both versions this week and tell us in the comments which one won, the near or the gatti. New videos every Tuesday and Friday. Subscribe if you haven't already so the next one finds you directly. Until we meet again in the next video, this is Deepak Kshatriya signing off and Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka, Namaskara.